Billiken fans, welcome back. It is Zach Miller and Peter Hale, and it's the Midtown Madness Podcast. Before we get going, thank you all so much for listening. And if you're watching on YouTube, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button as well as the bell icon to get notified every time a new episode is released. We're going to be switching back to Sundays here soon. So that is, make sure you're aware of the change. Hit the notification button. It's season 5. Once again, the Midtown Madness Podcast is brought to you by Two Men and a Garden. I've told you guys all know this. You know this. Two Men and a Garden salsa is my absolute favorite salsa. One of my favorite things to do is when I get home from the gym while I'm cooking dinner, I will snack on chips and salsa, and this is what I've been doing lately in the last month. Every night while I'm cooking dinner is having 3 or 4 chips with some salsa. You can get your favorite flavor of salsa delivered right to your door for just $9.99, flat rate, nationwide shipping, or you can head to your local grocery store. Schnucks and Deerbergs both carry them. Two Men in a Garden is made fresh with simple ingredients and a ton of flavor. Visit them online at twomeninthegarden.com to shop your local flavors and cash in on that $9.99 nationwide flat rate shipping. They're on social media at Two Men Salsa on Instagram and Twitter. Pete, what a fun week we had.
We did have a fun week, Zach. We had ups and downs. We had a lot going on, but I do really want to circle back to the key thing you said in that intro. Do you really have 3 or 4 chips at a time?
Well, not at a time. I'll eat one, and then while I'm cooking, I'll do something else, and then I'll eat another one.
That's what I mean. 3 or 4 chips, as a serving.
Yeah, I mean, I'll just open the bag. I'll just reach in the bag, and I have the bowl, and it just sits on the counter.
But I mean, you open the bag, you'll have 3 or 4 chips, and then put the bag back.
Oh yes,
that's amazing self-control.
It is, yeah. Which is fun. Well, my self-control cancels out at about 8 p.m. That's when I will just gorge myself on random snacks.
That's when things flip. Okay.
Yeah, that's my form breaks down, and things get squirrely.
I was impressed by the restraint.
Yeah, I appreciate your I don't know, whatever that was. What a week. I guess let's just get right into it. A new field hockey coach has been named. We'll lead off with it. An interim head coach, Pete.
That's right, an interim head coach. And Zach, I'm sorry you didn't get the job. I really thought your application video was great. It seemed like people really liked it. Yeah,
it was. It was funny. I don't know. I like poking the bear, so it was a good opportunity to. I meant it. I meant every word I said. That was not really. I was not joking. I was ready to go. Mea culpa. Put everything in the past and join up. So
yeah.
Hey, you know what? And you would not have to worry. You were saying because you texted me and you were like, well, what about the podcast? And I was like, dude, have you not heard of Doug Gottlieb?
That's true. That's true. I do think you would probably get some pressure, to maybe only guest star every once in a while.
Yes.
And you probably wouldn't be able to really poke the bear the way you like to.
No, yeah. But we need to put that in the past. And we need to talk about the woman of the week, I guess, in SLU athletics. I mean, that was kind of the big news. I know we had open practice, but which we are going to get into, I promise. Laura Herf, she won a national championship as a player at Syracuse in 2015. She was announced on Friday the 1st, about 90 days after SLU found out that Zoe Atkins was leaving. I can't believe how long it took.
Neither can I, Zach. Even for a lot of the things that we've been critical of the athletic department about, this one is kind of it's new territory to me. I can't think of another situation that dragged on this long. I mean, maybe we'll see. Maybe arguably swimming is kind of a similar situation, but I don't know. We'll find out there. She spent the last season as interim head coach at Rhodes College, which is D3, and she won Coach of the Year in that conference. Before that, she was an assistant at Cornell and Stanford, so a bunch of smart schools in her past.
What
she made 32? Oh, go ahead.
Well, no, I just had, and the record at Rhodes College was pretty damn good, wasn't it? It was like 13-5.
Yeah, I think something like that. 13-5, 14-5 for an interim head coach. 1 year gig, not bad to step in and do that. I don't know anything about Rhodes College field hockey, but I think winning Coach of the Year says something. Certainly, she also has made 32 appearances for the U.S. national team. Zach, she's young. I think she's just under 30. She's won as a player and a coach. She's got a wide range of experience for someone her age. Why is it the interim tag instead of just head coach?
Yeah, that is that's weird. And I think the whole hire begs so many questions. And I want to be honest, or not honest, but I want to be completely open here. And this is not like, I don't see a coach here that's unqualified.
Right. No, for this job, certainly.
I mean, Rhodes College, I don't know, what is that, D3?
It is.
So, I mean, look, like, everything's completely different down there. Recruiting, transfer portal, all that stuff. I don't know. I mean, like looking at Rhodes, they went 14-4 and 6-2 the year before she was the interim. So they've been good, or at least good in their league and in their division. But like the questions, I mean, first, again, why did this take so long? I think we have a good idea as to why. There's salary issues, the at-will employment, not offering a contract, budget and support. The second is, like I said, she seems reasonably qualified for this job. I don't know why she's an interim. Like there's so many ways you could look at it too. But I mean, you could have announced her as the head coach, and nobody would have said a damn thing. Like, I think this is like that astronomer CEO. Like, if they wouldn't have done anything, nobody would have said anything. If SLU would have just hired her as a head coach, we'd have been like, well, that took forever. I'm glad they found a head coach.
Right.
We'd still be like, that's weird, but like, why is she interim? I mean, is this something that SLU asked for? Is it something that she asked for? I think there's good reasons for either one of those scenarios to happen.
Yeah, that's an interesting point. It's something I had thought of a few days ago. And I remember you texted me asking this question, and I said, "Ooh, I was saving that thought for the show. Is what if she's the one who wouldn't commit to a full head coaching tag, just the interim tag, right?" And I wonder, is it a little self-preservation? Taking a job this late in the cycle. If she is the head coach, and this season's just an unmitigated disaster, which on paper it doesn't look very promising to start with, right? With a short roster.
She's up shit creek without a paddle.
She really is. She's got nothing in her favor right now. She's got a short roster, barely any time. I mean, I think they report in 3 days. So it's going to be. You're absolutely right. She's in a tough situation here. So is it one of those things where she gets her first head coaching job, and if it's 1 in 17 or something like that.
Yeah.
How does that reflect on her? But if she's an interim, which says she's been put into a difficult situation on a temporary basis, that's completely different. So
And
I can
she's
see
not
from her
going to
side
get
for sure.
And she's not going to get a contract either.
Correct. Yeah,
So,
as we established on the last show, this is one of the non-contract jobs in the league, one of the only ones.
yeah. So, I mean, if you're not going to get a contract, there's no point in and you're afraid that, that you could be, one in, you don't win a game and that's your coach. Like, again, this job has been a career killer.
Yeah.
It's not a job that anybody is going to want. Like you almost have to overpay to get someone to take this job.
I mean, if you want somebody who's really good, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that this is, it's a thankless job. It's a difficult job. The only thing you've got in your favor now is a pretty decent facility for your games.
Yeah.
But everything else is really a challenge with this job.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm glad she's qualified. I'm happy for her. I wish her the best. Jesus Christ.
Absolutely. Yeah. We're rooting.
Yes.
Don't get us wrong. We are rooting for her.
Dude, I like this hot. Like if you hired her and you just said, that's the head coach. Yeah. That if you would have hired her 60 days ago, I'd have been like, good hire. Nice job. That's a solid hire. So I just don't understand. It's just a weird situation. And I mean, look, like I know, again, we're going to get into why basketball only, fans should be concerned at this sort of stuff. But the old, just as soon as we realized we had a field hockey coach, SLU is now looking for a head coach in swimming and diving, which Pete, I fear has less support.
Sometimes you almost forget we have this program, right? I mean, it's been a while since Jim Halliburton moved on, and it feels like the coaching situation has been pretty shaky.
It honestly felt like the program was done after he left. Like he had been here so long. I don't know I can't name another swimming and diving coach here.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Before him, I have no idea. Right. I just think they coach themselves.
So he was replaced by Mary Woods, right?
Mm-hmm.
Did she ever technically have the interim tag removed?
That is a great question that I do not have the answer to.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at their roster, it just says head coach.
Yeah.
But they have an open position listed for head coach. So it just feels like she never really, like whether she was or wasn't, it just feels like she never really was fully the head coach. It just always felt like kind of an interim job. So I think you're right. It has just kind of felt like an unsettled situation.
Here's the weird. I just kind of went down a rabbit hole on the swimming and diving roster. I didn't know we had I kind of could have worked it out that we had a diving coach, but it didn't occur to me that there's a specific coach for diving. I didn't. This was the dumbest. Like this was just a major blind spot. I didn't know her name was Courtney Teague, so that's interesting. I didn't know that. So, yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. Go on. Sorry.
Go ahead.
Oh no. Well,
they also have assistant coaching positions open for field hockey, volleyball, and softball posted right now. I think there's also something called like sports manager or something like that. That's just kind of general staff position. So a lot of openings right now.
Wait, there's a general staff opening?
I believe there. Oh, here we go. Another video. Get that resume ready.
Let's go. I believe this. I believe at least, probably half of those are at will positions. And this swimming and diving head coaching position is certainly that. I'm not, Pete. We talk a lot about. I've said at will too many times this week, the last 2 weeks, 3 weeks.
Yeah, sure.
But I want to talk about it one last time before we kind of let it go for a while. I don't understand why in a sport where, like, I don't know why you don't offer a year-to-year contract or even a short multi-year deal, especially in these sports like swimming and diving, field hockey, track and field. I don't know about track and field, but like they have had little to no success with, and you really, I mean, do you have expectations for these programs? And if you don't, like offering a 2-year or 3-year contract over an at-will offer, I see no real difference.
I just think it's the school going to or the athletic department going to every length possible to protect itself, to give it every out possible. Right. I think they're just kind of being cheap. I think it's just the way they operate. It, like we talked about this last week a little bit, in that it seems like they do give people a shot. They do seem to. It's not like they yank these coaches after 18 months or whatever. It's like they do. Everybody kind of gets their shot, it seems like. But just being an at-will employee instead of under contract. I mean, you and I know it just means like you're at any time, anything can happen. And I don't know, in sports, it just, I guess we've been conditioned to expect that everybody just kind of has contracts, right? In the professionals in the sporting industry as either athletes or coaches.
I don't think it costs you. Like, I understand getting an out or having an out, but you've vetted these coaches. They go through like a gauntlet of interviews.
Yeah.
A gauntlet. Like if you don't think you've done your due diligence enough, I don't get it. It doesn't. If you are that worried that something is going to go wrong in the first 2 years, 3 years of someone's employment as a coach, I don't think you should hire that person.
Do you think it should be multi-year? Is that the way you would?
Honestly, year to year would be. I mean, 2 years. What does 2 years do?
Yeah, I mean, I can even see the benefit if you are a say you're one of the coaches at SLU who you have a few good seasons in a row, right? And there are power conference schools looking at you, big pay raise potential, and you still have like 2 years on your deal. You're actually now, as one of them, you're kind of stuck because one of those schools probably isn't going to pay multiple years of a salary to someone who isn't basketball or football, right? Like there's going to be other good candidates out there. So I think a year-to-year contract could be appealing both ways if you kind of, depending on your situation. There's definitely the long-term contract gives you more financial security, but it kind of depends on who you are, where you are in your life and career and things like that. If you're somebody with like a young family, your program's in good shape, your spouse is in a good situation, in St. Louis, that kind of thing, I can see like, okay, multi-year contract, lock it down. But like, in this case, we've hired a coach who's 29 years old, and if she outperforms expectations this year and then crushes it next year and winds up with like a top half A10 team or something like that, everybody's going to go, whoa, who is this 31-year-old genius? She's going to get a contract somewhere. So
that sounds good. That sounds like a lot of fun. That would be fun.
I'm rooting for nothing more. Trust me. So I guess
a good point.
It is a two-way street, and it just sort of depends on what the coach wants. Like Katie Shields at this point, I would be trying to lock her down for as many years as possible.
Yeah. No, I mean, I think I would say, and I don't want anybody to think we're saying, I believe both soccer coaches are on, they have contracts.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, maybe that's not the best example, but
I think it's interesting. I wonder though, if you do offer a 2 to 3 year deal, you don't pay any more per year, but maybe you're able to go and snag a coach that isn't entry level as a head coach. Like maybe you're able to go get a coach from like, I don't know, not the interim from a D3 school. Like you can go grab a D3 powerhouse school or powerhouse coach or something like that. Just by offering a 2 or 3 year deal. I don't know. I guess appreciate your perspective.
I guess the bottom line is it feels very situational. To just be at will across the board feels, like we could probably do a little bit better.
All right. No, I think before we get to men's basketball, I think it's important though to note that this stuff should concern basketball fans because it like we've taught it is widely understood that St. Louis University is going through a financial crisis. One of the major kind of expenses at SLU is the athletic department. I think financial strains start to show at the bottom first and they kind of move upward. This year it's struggling to find a field hockey and swimming coach. And then next year is not being able to, or having a coach leave because, the support isn't there. The financial backing isn't there, so I think it's a little unnerving. And I think Billiken fans need to be aware of just kind of what the vibes are, the vibes, the actual vibes.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, I think that's totally fair.
And I think we can do better. Honestly, I would like to see us do better for all the student athletes. And I'm not saying they need massive castles for stadiums like that high school I sent you.
I know that was a ridiculous photo.
Yeah, I thought it was AI at first. I do think that we should be supporting and funding these programs to a level that gets us, especially field hockey. I think mid-pack in the A10 is perfectly reasonable. And I think we have a certain type of school that, would be attractive to swimmers and divers of higher levels. Obviously we don't have the facilities, but that's beside the point. Let's talk.
I do have one quick question or one point though, Zach. I know people are talking about like, oh, SLU's in trouble. Yeah. I would like to see a little more data. I haven't seen yet I've just been trying to Google here, and can't find it, what the incoming freshman class statistics look like and stuff like that. Xavier is down 17% for this freshman class enrollment. They are in big trouble. They're in the process of building a medical school. So to have enrollment crater right as you've got this big capital project going, and they're looking for cuts in all different kinds of departments there right now. It's a tough situation. They absolutely need their basketball, Rick Pitino Jr. to work out. But I just think some of the narrative around SLU might be a little overblown. I think SLU is actually in better shape than a lot of its peers. Is one thing I'll say. So I don't want people to like kind of hear that and panic too much. I think SLU's doing okay. Higher education in general is definitely in a real crisis right now, and SLU is not immune to that. But I think relative to a lot of its medium-sized private peers, SLU's in pretty solid condition.
I do think the SLU athletics is hurting for an NCAA tournament bid.
Absolutely.
There's a reason that the money has dried up for teams like field hockey, for swimming and diving, and it's because men's basketball is not bringing in fans and it's not bringing in wins and NCAA tournament credits. And it's relying on begging boosters for money. So
those appearances have a tail on them in terms of what they contribute in terms of revenue. And 2019 was a long time ago now, so they're hard up for another appearance for sure.
Let's get to men's basketball so everybody can breathe. We're there. We've got a new commitment. Please tell me what to be excited about here, Pete.
Oh my God.
Fair. Like if people are excited, people are excited. I haven't been able to pinpoint. Like it just kind of feels crazy that we have a commitment right now, and I'm having trouble processing it.
Yep. It's one of those months, Zach, where you come into this month and it's like it's midsummer. We're so far removed from all of the real action. Fall sports are just about to start up, like as we'll get into very soon. And then now, men's basketball, after an open practice, we've got a commitment, and it's thrilling. It's exciting. You're kind of like, oh, wow, this is really starting to happen. In 3 months is when they start signing, actually. So it makes sense that these commitments are starting to happen. Jermel Thomas is his name. He committed to
Magic Mel.
We'll get into that in a minute. He committed to SLU on Monday the 4th. That's after he visited SLU on July 31st. He was there for that open practice. He chose SLU over Providence and Seton Hall. Those were pretty much his 3 finalists. He's ranked number 128 in the class of 2026 by 24/7 Sports, which does a lot of the basketball and football recruiting. Number 145 by Rivals, just inside their top 50. Sorry, top 150. And then he's number 121 by On3, which is kind of the new, big high school recruiting service. He's a 6'3" point guard from Our Savior Lutheran High School in New York, which plays a national schedule in the OTE League. And then he plays AAU for Riverside Hawks, which is an Under Armour program. He also plays in the NY versus NY Summer League, which is sponsored by Nike. I think this is what the Dickman League has evolved into. It's kind of like it's like a playground, court.
Is it like the Rucker?
It's like the Dickman League, the Rucker League. You've seen hundreds of clips of like the New York court. You've got everybody standing. The people their toes are basically on the out of bounds.
That drives me insane.
There's an MC walking around with a microphone on the court. It's a pretty wild environment. But yeah, you get the Rucker Park, Dickman Park. A lot of those leagues, I think, have been consolidated into this. It's like a little more organized now. And he's been great in it. He actually he's gotten a lot of exposure through this summer. You never know who's going to be sitting courtside. There have been NBA players. Luka Doncic just saw him go for 25 and 7 assists and win game MVP in a win a week or two ago. So he does seem to know how to get out in front of his heroes. He was interviewing NBA players on the red carpet outside the draft, for example. I couldn't quite figure out why. There's another video of him, at some backyard party with Kyrie Irving or something. There's just he seems to be one of those dudes. There was a poster of him in this summer league jersey in the subway that he shared a photo of on his social media this week. So seems to be a guy with a big personality who knows how to get out there.
I would request that Jermel study Austin McBroom and do the opposite.
There's a few ways you can go with this. Those highs that McBroom rode are now looking pretty low. But in the meantime, let's see what he does basketball wise, because he is an excellent player. He's a true combo guard. I think he'd probably be listed as a point guard, but he can rack up both points and assists. He's a great passer. He had multiple double-digit assist games in AAU play this year, which is hard to do. He was sitting next to Yuri Collins for a while on his visit at the open practice last week. So it's good to know that there's a Travis Ford player who probably would have liked certain seasons of his career to go better than they did, but it's nice to see him still tied to the program, and whatever conversation they had clearly was a productive one. Thomas is really fast. He's an effective downhill driver. He loves to make plays right off the dribble. Outstanding one-on-one defender. Super competitive. He's a dog. Fans are going to love him. I just really think he's got a game that has a big personality, which is also true about him off the court, right? We're seeing that more already this season with guys like Brady Dunlap, who aren't afraid to show some more emotion and swagger. So I really appreciate the guys we have who are more introverted, but I do think we needed more of this personality to our team. And you and
Give me more of these guys.
Yeah, we want some guys who are going to make us like just love this team and opponents hate us. We just needed more of that.
Yes. Let's see. Did you run down some of Zach's blog quotes?
We just got these quotes, Zach. They're great too.
Yeah. I just wanted to make sure we cited our sources here.
Absolutely. We always do. So yes. Some of his quotes in his interview with Sam Lance of Zag's blog, Adam Zagoria's blog. I chose St. Louis because the coaching staff came to all my live period games, the head coach. The school really loves me. I like their play style. They have a lot of pick and roll, and I could play off that. They let you do ISO quite a few times. So, yeah, I feel like it matches my game. My shooting has gotten way better, and I can pass. That's why they call me Magic Mel. I pass like Magic Johnson. Did you know that? Would you have guessed that?
I looked ahead.
He said Shirts really loves me. He's always going to keep it 100 with you. He just wants everybody to be great on his team. He don't just care about one person, it's everybody. And then he finished with, I'm just competitive. I want to win. I want to be a dog. I want to do whatever it takes for the team. If it's defense, scoring, or passing, and making my teammates score. So yeah, Magic.
That's Mel. Okay. All right, I'm in. I'm sold. Just get to campus. Can you reclassify? It's campus now.
Got to graduate high school first. But yeah, it seems very promising to me how Shirts and the staff just locked into this kid. Like he really became a target. They zeroed in on him. Like he said, they were at every single one of his games in AAU courtside, and just let it be known that he's the guy they wanted. If Seton Hall and Providence blinked, SLU didn't, and I commend them for that. I think he's going to be a really nice player in this system.
Yeah, you got to win. You got to some sort of reverse money ball. You gotta really excel at what you do have when you're missing. That we don't have the budget that maybe the Big East teams do.
Yeah, that's right. So the pitch worked, whatever it was, to get him out of Big East country, out of New York City.
Yeah, he didn't want to play at the Mecca.
Apparently not.
The Mecca, bro. The Mecca.
So it's I like everything about this one. There's a lot to like here.
I'm in on Jermel Thomas. Let's talk open practice. Thursday, July 31st, 7 p.m. Thank you very much, Josh Shirts.
Mm-hmm.
Dion Brown, Kellen Thames sat as expected. Cameron Hudson and Kalu Anya sat. Kalu Anya, that was unexpected. I don't like to see injuries. But it sounds like Anya would have played if this were the regular season.
Yeah, that's what Rockio said. I don't think we ever got an answer as to why Cameron Hudson didn't play, though. I think maybe just banged up and they weren't taking any chances.
You got you reviewed the tape, Pete.
I did, Zach. Yeah. Do you want me to go first? Do you want to go through your experience first?
Here's the thing. I told you that I was going to take notes at the practice, and I ran into Mr. Pitlick, and we got to talking, and we were sitting together and chatting and talking and bullshitting, and it was a wonderful time. And the phone never came out of my pocket.
Yeah, the Pitlicks are great people, so I can certainly understand that. We did get video of the practice from a well-placed source who was told he could share it with us and not distribute it more widely, so we also are not sharing it. We're going to protect our source, honor the coach's wishes. With all of that legalese out of the way, Zach, here's what I saw.
Until it shows up behind you on the video in the morning.
That's right. That's right. Which, if you had to pick one player from this open practice, who stood out to you?
Man, Otieno. I mean, not even just play wise. He's just a big motherfucker.
He is, and I'm going to get to him second. The one for me that really popped was Quentin Jones. He just has that look about him, right? There's what we know about guys on paper. There's what you see in highlights. There's what you read about them, hear about them. And when I just watched this like full kind of uncut video of a scrimmage, it just popped off the screen at me. Like I'm higher on him every time I see more. I think he missed his last layup attempt, which probably was a foul. There was a lot of contact on the way down there. And then he missed his last 3-point attempt. But I think everything else before that went in. And and this is like he made like 5 threes or something before that. And they were no doubters. I mean, left his hand, got near the rim, anything. It was just like it just had that look that you cannot describe where you just have when he took the shot, as the shot's up and everything, just full confidence that it was going in. And I think multiple times I kind of reacted, just sitting there on my couch watching this on my laptop, like, oh my God. Like I really think we have something there.
Yeah, I didn't, again, conversation. I just enjoyed being back inside Chaffetz Arena.
So Otieno, aside from being big, and anything else you like about what you're seeing there?
I mean, I think the way you put it here, the ball has a way of finding his hands. And I think people are going to really get nostalgic for Francis Okoro with a little more strength, a bigger, more physical Francis Okoro.
Yeah,
his hands were just that good.
Yeah. He has like kind of like a thicker frame than Okoro.
Yes, he does.
He might not quite have the length, but I think he also has a little more finesse. Like I kind of like the way he runs and everything a little bit better than Okoro.
Yes.
And so you get the rebounding there, right? For sure. He swallows up rebounds. He defends, but I really think positionally he could be the difference maker, the biggest difference maker for us this season. Whether he's the best player or not, I think his position and what he brings are really going to be huge for us. I think he's going to take a lot of pressure off of Robbie on both ends, really, because Robbie's going to get a different assignment defensively a lot. He's also going to have more room, perhaps, to operate offensively. So I am really, really excited about what Otieno just does for this roster. And then, when you watch him play, as you and I did together when Quinnipiac was in town last season, he's just a really impressive guy to watch.
Again, he's one of the players, along with Brady Dunlap, that I have been excited about. And Brady Dunlap and Ishan Sharma both stood out in their own way in this one.
The way I put it, Zach, is that they're just killers. We haven't had guys with that combination of shooting ability and killer instinct. I think we had a little bit of that in Swope. Even if he drove us crazy, he kind of had it at times. As good as he was, I'm not sure Jimerson did. Like people really got on his case for disappearing in certain games. Some games he was fantastic, but these guys just have that like that look, that kind of like. There's a little bit more confidence to their game. Like when they put the ball up, there's a little bit more swagger. Hold
on. You ready for this one? Do you want to read my mind?
Go for it. I can't.
That Anthony Drea. Swagger.
No, I was 100 guesses. I didn't know that's where you were going. I love Drea. These
just
guys
the swagger. I'm not saying.
Yeah.
Like he was confident when he was throwing out. He would throw up air balls confidently.
The thing about Drea is he was so tough and he could guard. He could really defend. You're right. Kid.
I just want to take this moment to remind everyone that I absolutely love Anthony Drea.
Oh, we both do.
Absolute one of my favorite guys.
Yeah, but these guys, I just think they have it. Obviously, Quentin Jones too. I covered him, but like there's again a different look to these two, and just the amount of weapons we have. Guys who have that size, shooting, confidence, like all of these attributes that we've kind of been craving. Again, no, all respect to Jimerson and the amazing career he had at SLU to have multiple versions of that.
The thing about Jimerson is it never felt like he was not necessarily the guy. Like he would pull up for a transition three, but he was never the guy that would like bury a preposterous three to like send the crowd into a frenzy. And yeah, like the teams were bad. Like he wasn't on good teams, so he never was in that position. So I think we can kind of lay off him there. But I love Gibson Jimerson, one of my favorite players. Because I'm white. No, I think, I just don't think he really had that kind of, I'm going to take the ball and hit this 30-footer.
But there's also the fact that like how many games did we watch Jimerson run around, try and get open as his shirt got tugged, as he got slapped, elbowed, shoved, held, all of those things. And I feel like if you did that to Dunlop or Sharma, you're going to have to worry about getting hit back, right? Like Jimerson is so nice. Like he's like just like a really nice, smart, good dude. And you could see him sometimes get frustrated, but really he didn't wear his emotions at all on his sleeve. And I kind of feel like Dunlap and Sharma and some of these guys are going to pester you as much, if not more, as you do them. And then again, the fact that there's multiple versions of that, right? Like we had one Jimerson, but now we have several guys who are kind of assassins from the perimeter. And that's a huge difference maker.
Gibson was never the guy that was going to drain a three in your face and then tell you about it.
Yeah, or drain a three as he like turns his shoulder and happens to face the crowd for a second as he's like going back to the other end. Like never. No. And I respect the hell out of him for it. Like a stand-up guy, as good as they get. Yeah. But at the same time, like, all right, let's add a little swagger to it too.
Hell yeah.
Trey Green, Zach guy.
I was gonna get to him. I was getting there. I was gonna tee you up, like the cat, like in Happy Gilmore too. I was like Bad Bunny teeing you up.
I still haven't watched it. I got a little overexcited there. I'm sorry.
Trey Green. It was quiet from him for a lot of the scrimmage, but he came around late, did some nice things.
Yeah, I think part of it is he's just a more natural distributor than Swope. The first time we saw Swope in one of these, he was that guy who looked like the assassin, the one who was like, oh God, he can really shoot. And he's going to pull up from anywhere and he's going to hit that. I think with Green, he was maybe a little bit more focused on sort of running the thing and playing that distributor role. So we saw a few misses early, but he made some shots. He did some nice things as the scrimmage went on. I know he definitely hit a long three and made a layup later. But again, I think he's just got more of that natural distributor role. And I know he's a good 3-point shooter. We saw it more from some of the other guys in the scrimmage, but I know Green's got it too.
And I think I like that more. I kind of want that more. I wanted that a little bit more out of Swope. Yeah. Whether or not that was a fair request. Oh, well. Turnovers remain the problem for our wunderkind, Amari McCautry.
I really still love his upside. I was hoping to see slightly more polish by now. I guess I got to remind myself that this was the end of July and not the end of October. And so we've got a long way to go. He just, I don't know if it's an instincts thing. I don't know if it's a confidence thing, and he just needs more and more reps. But I would just like to see him be a smarter passer and be just a little bit more sound with the ball. If he can avoid mistakes, I think he's going to buy himself a lot more playing time.
The good news is I don't think he's going to have to be a starter. I think we penciled him in as maybe a starter at the end of last season, and the turntables.
Yeah, we've got shooters all over the place now. Jones, Dunlop, Sharma, Green, Lachkowski they're always ready to shoot. I think this team is going to set a program record for 3-point attempts. I don't think that's an especially bold prediction either, Zach.
It's going to be absolutely wild. It'd be funny if we just come out playing Grinnell offense.
Shifts of 5, just chucking. Yeah, I would love it. Conceding layups.
Speaking of layups, I want to see that. You want to see them attack the rim. I don't care how they score. Just score. Yeah, I want to see them shoot maybe more from mid range, but I don't want to get into that yet. It's July.
Yeah. I think the fact that there is so much shooting, and we've been talking about the shooting, it's going to get overlooked by us and others. The fact that there are some good finishers on this team. Watching Jones several times. Sharma had a couple really nice finishes. Even Green, who's a little bit smaller, and then the bigs, obviously. But these guys really seem to understand. I don't know. There's just something about when they drive. They drive with a lot of confidence. I fully understand. This was a scrimmage. Blue on white, same team scrimmage. They're not going to be playing the hardest defense that we're going to see on them all season long. But I do think we've got some finishers here, for sure.
I just want to know if this team can play defense. If you can convince me that this team can play defense, you've sold me on this year.
What if they can't, but they're going to score 100 every game, so it doesn't matter? Would you take it?
Every game?
If it was just all offense and we win most of our games, would you take most
of our games? So what are we talking? A game over 500?
We're not going to go undefeated. I don't think we're going to be the first team to go undefeated in a few generations.
If we get it, I don't care how we get an NCAA berth. I don't care if we Jim Valvano NC State every game from starting whistle to the final horn. I don't care.
Yeah.
I would love to make the tournament. I really don't care how we get there.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm with you. I think offense is more fun than defense. I do, as a longtime college basketball fan, I do want to see some good defense too, though. I guess I should acknowledge as much.
Yeah, again, this one's tough. With scrimmages, it's tough because they're playing against each other. And there's how many players on this team that we know are good, objectively speaking. Robbie.
Sure.
Who else?
I mean, we know in what sense,
who I would say
we seen really be productive.
Yes,
it's kind of tricky. Like Paul Otieno was very productive at his previous stop. Deion Brown, who's out for 6 to 8 weeks, with the knee injury, was very, very good at UMBC. He was a starter and somewhat productive at Boston College.
My point is it's hard to compare players against players you've never seen before, play against players you've never seen before. You have the numbers, that's fine, but it's hard to tell where where are we exactly? On a level of being good, because I don't have a good reference for any of the guys. So
I think at this point, I want to see them be more comfortable with each other on the offensive end.
Yeah.
And then as time goes on, really fine tune those defensive principles.
I'm not even talking about defense. I'm just talking about general, how good is this team when we don't really have, it's just a scrimmage between the team. It's very difficult to gauge whether this team can be special or it's just, another year. But I think, obviously there are some really, really positive points out of this scrimmage. It's just on a macro level hard to really come down to to some sort of judgment.
Yeah, I mean, we do have a lot of guys who just have not put up numbers yet as college players, and so you just kind of have to trust your eye, right?
Yeah.
And I am more. I'll put it this way, Zach. I'm more optimistic about this team than I have been basically since 2014. Since that last of the 3 consecutive years that we went to the tournament. Now, there was the one Ford year where let me think. There was, what was it, Ford's second year that everything kind of collapsed, and we lost all those players.
Yes.
So that was a year that I was optimistic, and that all fell apart. And then there was the Ford year that was supposed to be the great season. Was that his second to last season?
Was that
We had Collins and Jimerson and Perkins for his last year.
Yeah.
Okoro, we had a very, very senior, all 4th and 5th year players. We had from Mizzou. God, I'm forgetting his name.
Javon.
Yeah. Starts with a J.
Yeah. Not Javon Bennett. No. What am I doing here?
On it? Yeah.
What are we doing here?
Embarrassing. But that team was supposed to be good, and they just weren't. They were just they were supposed to be great, and they were just good, right? I guess is what I'm saying. That team did not.
Didn't they lose to SIUE?
Yeah, that it was just really a disappointing year. They've lost a few non-conference games that they shouldn't have, and pretty much lost their at-large ability, and then just never really got it together. I was very optimistic for that team, but that was more of the on-paper thing. This is the most excited I've been watching the team since that 2014 team, when we knew everybody was coming back and everything. So I really have not had this feeling about a group of players in a long time, where I look at them and I think this really has the chance to be a special team. I'll put it. That's a long-winded way of saying, answering your question, how good are they? I actually think they're pretty good.
Who you haven't mentioned, Robbie Avila is the surprising one. Dylan Warlick as well.
Yeah, I haven't mentioned either of those guys. We kind of know who they are, though, right? I mean, they're really the same guys. I think the team around Robbie is better, and now we, mostly you, Zach, will get less frustrated with him this season. I think you got pretty frustrated with him a lot last season. I was a little bit patient with him.
No, that's a lie. That never happened.
Warlick, we know who he is. He's going to be kind of a super sub role player. I like him. We haven't talked about him a lot. It's a shame we won't see much of the freshmen this season. I saw flashes from all of them. I hope they stick around to see their upside actually play out, to see these guys develop. Kerr, Latch, Diakite, all of them, I think really did some things and have some upside that I was kind of like, wow, okay, I see it. I can see the appeal, and I can see the potential in all of these guys. So, now we're talking about the bottom 4 or 5 guys, or at least the junior mode. It just highlights the depth is really incredible.
Pete, any final thoughts on this open practice scrimmage, whatever you want to call it?
Really, just one other note that I had, Zach, and maybe it's just the scrimmage format. Maybe they're all new and adjusting to the system, but I still would like to see them attempt fewer high-risk passes. Maybe they're just trying to put on a show under a low-pressure environment. I get that, but I think it's something that they struggled with last season, and I'd just like to see smarter, sounder passes. But really, that's it for me. Those are my notes. Really, kind of mostly went player by player, but. From your standpoint, how was the event? Is there anything we need to know from the event itself?
No, I don't think so. I kind of left as Shirts was introducing them to announce their, introduce themselves. I thought they probably, it probably would have been easier to get in through the main gates, but I mean, I get the Champions Center, the Fred Weber lots right there. Just took a minute to get in, but it was fine. I felt like they should have had people go in through it was really weird going through the hallways, like under the, where the locker room is and everything. Like, I don't know. It just felt like we could have probably gone up and not gone that way.
Yeah.
But it's not, I mean, it was fine. It was just like, I didn't really know which way they wanted us to go. There was no real direction.
Did you hang around afterwards at all?
I left as soon as he started introducing the players.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I had to get home, but it was good to be up there. Saw a lot of familiar faces in the stands. Sign guy was out there.
Yeah.
So that was fun. And good to be back among Billiken fans.
Yeah.
It's good to see the team on the court. I really would like to get to the start of the season, honestly. Just because it's more exciting to me than kind of the lead up. But that's just how I fan. I don't get into, I talk about the off season stuff, but it's, the portal and the recruiting, and that's your stuff. And, so I'm looking forward to it. I think we'll be good.
Yeah.
The future though, Pete, let's talk about the future.
Let's
talk recruiting.
We have a lot of recruiting news this week, in addition to the fact that we already had a commitment. First off, in visits, Mason Lockett was supposed to visit on July 29th, but canceled. We'll circle back to that in a minute. Lincoln Williams was supposed to visit on July 31st, but he postponed. It sounds like he's going to reschedule. He actually has a commercial that he shot with Giannis coming out, and that was just announced this week. So maybe that has something to do with the scheduling, because he was just dropping all of these like kind of screenshots from that. SLU also had 3 recruits scheduled for basically the same 2 days. So maybe it's also coming from SLU's end where they're trying to spread things out a little bit. But we do have 3 more official visits confirmed. First one, Colin Ross from August 21st to 23rd, 6'10" big from Spire Academy in Northern Ohio. And he plays AAU for OTP, which is a Puma program. He has over 20 offers, including more than half of the A10. I think 9 A10 offers. And then he also has official visits to VCU, Dayton, and Santa Clara scheduled, but SLU is first. So that's good news there. Hurley Brutus.
Brutus.
You can,
how in God's name did you not stop and let me just Hurley fucking Brutus?
We gotta get him. We've just
gotta get him.
Hurley Brutus, man. I mean, that's just it's perfect. He will take an official visit from August 28th to 30th. He's the 6'7" wing from Florida. He's also going to visit Florida State. Those are the only 2 he's announced so far. Number 75 in the ESPN 100. I think some new rankings just dropped today from, was it 24/7 or Rivals? It's one of the ones that does a top 150, and he was number 81. So he seems like a consensus top 100 player. That would be a very big get. Harris Reynolds will take an official visit from October 2nd to 4th. He's a top 150 prospect from St. Pius, the 10th in Atlanta. 6'5" point guard, really had a strong showing at the Peach Jam, so his stock has gone up lately too. All 3 of these guys are guys I would take. I think Brutus would be number 1, Ross number 2, Reynolds number 3. If you're just asking me, I think in terms of like fit and everything like that. But I like all 3 of them. So really, really exciting stuff there.
Please tell me that somewhere along the line, Peach Jam is given out at the Peach Jam.
I don't know if they actually give out the jam, but they do give out. They have a lot of peaches around. Like there's the Brad Beal Elite won it again this season, and they all got the photo with taking a bite out of a peach. Whether they go home with glass jars of jam, I don't know. It's not me. If you're a high school kid, maybe you don't want to bring a glass jam jar on an airplane. I'm not really sure.
Delicious jams and jellies.
Yeah, you gotta check a bag. You gotta have it wrapped pretty heavily. It's maybe not worth it. But Zach, let's close the loop on four guys who committed elsewhere. I feel okay about them because we got one guy. So Ethan Brown, Rolla, Missouri, has committed to Illinois on Wednesday the 30th. Nice shooting guard. I think he would have looked good in the shirt system, but it seems to me like he jumped at his best offer. It's going to be interesting to see how that plays out and if he can get himself some playing time. Isaiah Rogers committed to Stanford on Thursday the 31st, 6'5" point guard from Corona Centennial High School in California. It feels like a good fit for him. He's a high-level student. He had 20 or so offers, mostly a West Coast concentration. I never got the idea we were a big player there. Same case with Anthony Brown Jr., 6'1" point guard from Archbishop Carroll High School in D.C., Team Durant AAU. He listed his top 10. SLU's not in it. His recruitment got very, very competitive after a huge showing at the Peach Jam. So we may have made his top 10 a few weeks ago, but not anymore. Mason Lockett, who was scheduled to come to SLU on July 29th, committed to DePaul on Sunday night. He was scheduled for a visit to SLU, obviously last week, but canceled. But he's a 6'5" guard from Oswego East in the Chicago area and chose the Demons over SLU, Loyola, Minnesota, and Xavier, among others. I was excited for his visit. I think DePaul got a good one there.
Anthony Brown has to be climbing the ladder of like popular names, right? Like it feels like there's 5 million Anthony Brown.
Yeah, I mean, we had even offered a different Anthony Brown a few years back. He's in the NBA now, actually. He was, Ford offered him very early when he was a high school player in Texas, and by the end of his high school career, he was a 5-star, and everybody in the country wanted him. So, yeah, I guess it's just one of those names. I don't think the first name Anthony is probably as popular as it used to be. But common first name, common last name. It just happens that way sometimes.
Isaiah Swope, news out of Deutschland. He signed with the Frankfurt Skyliners in the top German league. That'll be good for him, man. Like basketball's big in Germany.
It's a good league. It's more stable than a lot of the other kind of overseas leagues. So I think that's cool. I like that a lot. For somebody who got at least some looks from NBA teams, in their workouts. However, we've talked about, we have no idea how many guys actually get invited to those, but to see him end up in a good foreign league, I think that's great.
He won't be able to get 2 men in a garden in Germany for $9.99 flat rate shipping though.
No, I have not looked at what international shipping rates are on that. I don't know. Maybe they're in German grocery stores. We're going to have to ask them. I don't know. Might spend too much time to get it over there.
Yeah, I couldn't come up with any good fake German store names. I couldn't do it.
Yeah, I can't either. I've only been there briefly to Cologne. But Zach, speaking of 2 men in a garden, I did go through, put in my order like I said I would, and I was feeling those fruit salsas. Got one of the hot mango, one of the strawberry, 2 of the regular hot, and then one of the classic dill pickle spears, which is my favorite of the pickle varieties. But I also got the smoky barbecue pickles because I was feeling like I wanted something a little out of my normal strike zone, and that one I was just kind of feeling, I guess, when I sat down and put the order together. So I got all this stuff coming in. It's supposed to be here, I want to say tomorrow, or no, I guess today as you're listening to this, Wednesday, and I am very, very excited about it, but I'm going to have to keep it all in the fridge for an extra week because we're going on vacation. But very excited about this box from 2 Men in a Garden. If I notice anything in particular, I will report back next time. But very excited to get into this. I needed some of their fruit salsas to get me through the rest of the summer. And you should too, over at twomeningarden.com. Take advantage of that $9.99 nationwide shipping that Zach told you about. And look into their international rates. If you're overseas, if you're in Germany, look it up. Let us know how much it costs. We'll let our fans know next time. twomeningarden.com. And Zach, you got to come off mute.
That's a great reminder. You just get it. You just get it. You can also get a if you want a Isaiah Swope jersey, you can buy one on SkylinerStore.de.
Ooh, they've already got those.
Well, no, they've got blank ones. I think you can customize it. I have no idea.
I see.
They don't look very like it looks like you could just probably take it into Soccer Master and put a number and a name on it. To be honest, the font is not different, but it's 54.90, 54 euros on sale, 10 euros off.
Nice.
15 euros off actually. Women's soccer, Pete. Let's head over to the pitch. Women's soccer is also receiving votes in the first United Soccer Coaches preseason poll. Pete, I don't know about you, but I'm okay with this. I don't have much problem with that. A lot of production to replace.
Gaby, Percelli, Heckel, Hauk, Stram, Sawyer, Elise Lay, they're all gone. That's a lot of production to replace. You've got some legends, 4 of your best players of all time. All conference players. It's a lot. So if they were rated like a top 15 team or something coming into the season, I would have just felt like, oh boy, that's a lot to live up to. So yeah, I think this is absolutely fair.
We have a local 2027 commitment, and don't worry, you don't have to sit down. It does not sound to be one of the U.S. youth national team players. Maddie DiMaria, the number 1 high school player in the nation, or Ella McNeil, one of the best goalkeepers in the country, but she is a local player. And according to SLU Women's Soccer Twitter account, they are in action this week, Pete. We have Billikens Athletics in action. It is women's soccer opening the 2025-26 Billikens Athletics season. An exhibition game against SEMO on Wednesday the 6th. That's tonight. As you're listening to this at 6 p.m., head out to Herman Stadium. If you can't make that one, they take on Evansville in their second exhibition on Saturday the 9th at 4 p.m. Pete, you know what the worst part about these games are? Is I never know how to dress. I'm not even going to let you. I'm the worst when it comes to early fall dressing. I either am freezing or I am sweating my ass off.
Well, for one, it's not early fall. It's August 6th and August 9th. That's not
early fall sports.
It's mid
early fall.
Summer.
Early fall sports, Pete.
But you're talking about dress.
You're splitting hairs.
You're talking about how you're dressing, and dressing doesn't matter where it is in the sports season. It matters where it is in the weather season, and it's still the middle of summer, and you need to dress like it's the middle of summer. Don't wear pants. Don't wear long sleeves.
Don't wear pants.
You're gonna.
I'm sorry, but if I don't wear pants, they might lock me up and throw away the key.
All right, wear short pants. Wear short pants.
Short pants. Can we start calling shorts short pants again?
Bobby Hill inspired me to do that for a while back in the one of my favorite animated characters ever. But yeah, Zach, come on, it's early August. Are
you watching the reboot?
I haven't yet. No.
Are you planning? Will you bend the knee to our rebooting overlords?
If it's good, I don't know.
Okay.
All right. But no, the point is, it's early August. What are you even asking?
Short pants.
It's got to be short pants. You've got a tank top on right now that looks perfect.
That's true. This is what I'll wear tomorrow. Actually, I'll wash it. I'm working from home. It's fine. Talk baseball to me, Pete.
2 new commitments. The first one is Bailey Blaker, a 6'1" right-handed pitcher / outfielder from Amarillo College. Only pitched 12.2 innings last season with a 4.26 ERA, 14 strikeouts, and 5 balls. But his fastball is up to 92.2 as of June. So you just never know with these pitchers. They might just might be hitting their stride just at the right time. And then they got another one out of high school. So it's not for this season, but for the class of 26. Max McKenna is a right-handed pitcher from Shawnee Mission South High School in Leawood, Kansas. He's got a 91-mile-an-hour fastball. He's got a changeup with a heavy fade and a wicked mid-70s slider. So it seems like everybody we've got, Zach, for this season and next so far, it's a lot of pitchers. It's a lot of Some of them you don't really see it on paper. Some of them you do, but it seems like he's going to roll a lot of arms out there and kind of see what cream rises to the top.
There we go. That's gonna do it. Not as angsty of an episode as I anticipated. Not gonna lie.
We started off with the field hockey. We got it out of our system and then realized there's a lot of other stuff to be optimistic about.
Yes, there is. Yes, there is. And I'll leave it at that. Pete, I got nothing this time. Go Bills.
Go Bills.